Today on Scrapping, we're working on the Volvo 850. I started to take off this side of the bumper to make sure I knew what I was doing. This bumper, the bracket is routed out on the back, super common on these cars. So the first thing I did was I took out the rivets here. You just got to cut them off. There's just a pair of pliers. Then there's a 10mm bolt that goes through here into the trunk. So it's gonna be hard to see, but it goes right down there. You get these, you get this cover out. There's 3 clips, one up here, one right here, and one right here. They look like this. These clips, you just turn them like you were loosening them. Turn it, and then they pop right out. And this is a 10mm nut that's off the side bracket of the bumper. There's nothing holding the supports on in the back, so you just pull this straight out. But this is what it looks like stock. It's got 3 rivets on the back side. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut these rivets off. Like I said, I pull off the top rubber piece and then I just snip them off. They're just rivets. They just got fancy plastic on them. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop off this side. Get this tire out of the way. Yeah, this $500 car came with a full set of snow tires, which is awesome. Some mud guards. So what I'm going to do now, I know it's going to be hard to see, is I'm going to take out this side. Here's the 1, 2, and 3. Pop that out. I'm going to take off the bolt first, and then I'm going to cut out the rivets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these brackets, and I'm going to decide if they're worth fixing, or, I mean, really I should replace them, but don't lose your little clips. But if I can weld some metal together and fix it, I'll do that. So this side does not have this. This side looks different than that side, so my assumption is this side you have to get it from underneath. So here we go, learning. Yeah? So you may not have to take this side off. Let's go underneath. On this side, it's right here. Looks pretty crappy. But on the other side, yeah, this makes sense because this is where the fuel filler is. So I'm going to take this off. Now I'm going to cut these rivets. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good view of that, but we'll see. So what I did before is I just pry off this edge. And you can see the rivet underneath it. And if I can, I'm going to put regular rivets back in here. I'm just not sure if you really can. Let's see if I have any big enough for it. Let's put it that way. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. There's one. There's two. There's three. It's not perfect. As long as you figure it out. Alright. So, I know it's not the best vehicle. I think normally you have to take off your exhaust. You're just basically going over everything. The bracket wasn't 100% gone. On this side at least. Let's clip this. Might need metal shears. Boom. So now I guess put some penetrating fluid on here and see if I can get these bolts out. Because this is your this is your frame and everything here. This is where it mounts to. This doesn't seem to rust. It's only just the bracket that rusts out. I'll give you a good view of the bracket. It's just toast. This was the good side too. The brackets I think are pretty cheap. This side there's nothing left. The bolt is gone, completely rotted away. You can see it in there, chunks of it. So I'll have to clean this all out. And then there's the rest of your bracket. So don't think of this as like a death sentence for your vehicle. It's just a stupid little metal bracket that my guess is just isn't coated well, or it's made out of a different kind of metal. So I probably will buy new brackets for this because it looks pretty complicated to make. Sorry, I'm not showing you what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if I can get these bolts out. They don't look very good. I don't know if I can get anything on this one. We'll see what happens. So let me spray these down. I might heat them up too. And the bumper itself is actually in perfect shape. I just got to get this guy out. Which, worst case, I could just cut that right off. And while I have this all out, I will probably fix the exhaust system. It's just hanging by a wire on this end. So that's something I gotta do. Looks like there may be enough metal to weld this back on. We'll see. That might be something to do. But I'll take care of that in a little bit. But they just have it wired up. These just were originally welded onto this and they snapped off. There's not much metal there, but there might be enough. So, on to trying to get these bolts out. Feels like 13 may actually work for this. Yes. Some leverage, long bar, came out. A little stuck in the socket, but we'll take care of that. I'm gonna have to get some new bolts, let's put it that way, for this and for the other part. Alright, this one didn't need anything. This one's loose. The socket's loose. So I have this feeling. Let's see if I can get the 13 on this one. It looks like 13 is going to be the best again. Don't do this with your tools. I choose not to care. Get some leverage. Alright. We got all 4 of these out. Thank God. 2 of them actually look like they're still in pretty good shape. The other 2, not so much. Bye-bye bolt. Alright, so that's that. I'll probably touch up all this so it doesn't rot any worse in the future. Ow. I'll just cover up the paint because I did make a little mark on here and over here. I think I heated up a little bit of the paint. It doesn't actually look like it, so I just really need to touch up around the bolts. Alright, so next I am going to cut out this bolt, see if I can get it cleared out in this bolt, and I believe that's it for today because like I said, I'm not going to make these brackets. I don't think they're that expensive. I was gonna, but it just seems like overkill and I need the bolts anyway, so I'm going to cut them off. I'm going to get it all ready. I'm going to order brackets and then we'll put it back together. Alright, there's one. Alright, I think this other one pretty well stuck in here, but I'm gonna get a punch of some sort, just slam it. This bolt has just turned into nothing. There's your bolt. Hey, big spider, what are you doing here? Go away. Go away. Go away. Alright. What's that? So to give you an idea, that's where the bolt was. This is what was left of the bolt. It's awesome. I got my own little shank now. And this one's good too now. But this one came out almost solid. How funny is that? Look at the threads at the bottom. They look perfect. But yeah, the rest of it's not. So I'm going to get this whole new bracket. And we'll put the new bumper back on with some new hardware, and it should be easy because these are perfect on the car. Thanks for watching. I'm nice and filthy now. I'll see you in the next one, which will probably be the bumper being put back on the car. As you see, it's not really that complicated. If you were taking this off and you had all the hardware on here, you basically just have to take this bolt out and do the other steps I said, the 10 millimeters and the breaking the rivets that go through here. If you want to see one of the backs of these rivets, they just mushroom out. So since I have to order the other part, I may just order this too while I'm at it. But yeah, these are the slides that go in here. I didn't mention those before. Should be another one right here. Yep. The other slide. So just gonna leave those there for now. Don't lose those. If you don't take the nut out all the way, you should be able to just pop the bumper right out. So that's that, and I will see you in the next one.